So now we have Facebook, and I'm really delighted because she, not only Fidji Simo is French, she's at Facebook headquarters, but not only is she French, she was born an hour drive away from where I was born, so that's kind of fun that we meet here on the web stage. So let me, please help me welcome to the stage Fidji Simo of Facebook. Hello, Fidji.
Hello.
Please.
Thank you.
So you were born in Sète.
I was, yes.
And I was born in Perpignan. So that's funny. And we speak in English today.
Yes.
Il faut qu'on fasse une phrase de français.
D'accord, pas de problème.
Just for the French to appreciate, parce que j'ai le même accent que toi, je peux le faire aussi. So you're in where is Facebook? Menlo Park?
Menlo Park, yep.
So in Silicon Valley.
Yes.
How do you go from Sète to Silicon Valley?
Well, I was passionate about tech, so went to HEC, got an internship at eBay.
Really, you went to HEC too?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm clearly following in your footsteps, Loic.
That really, I have to say that. So I also graduated from the same business school. That really looks like we prepared this, right?
Yeah, totally. And we didn't.
I had no idea. So I'm sorry. You went to HEC?
Yes, I did my first internship at eBay in France, and then begged them to move me to the US.
Why?
Because I just wanted to be, at the epicenter of where a lot of technology was happening, and so moved to Silicon Valley, stayed at eBay for about 3 years, and then was passionate about what was happening in the social industry, and decided to move to Facebook about 4 years ago.
From eBay to Facebook.
Yes.
And now I hear you're the next Sheryl Sandberg.
I don't know who told you that.
I don't know. That's what I hear. But that's impressive. It's
been a really fun ride.
And are you going to come back to France?
Not soon. I think I have a lot to do in the US for a while.
You're
But
busy.
yeah.
You're
Yes.
busy there. Who's your boss? Zach? Sheryl? Who? Both?
No, Chris Cox.
Of course.
Yes, head of product. Yes.
Well, it's amazing that you make it to such a job. So you're the head of Facebook video
Yes.
for the universe?
Yes. I basically manage all video products for consumers, content creators, and advertisers. So the full ecosystem. It's been really fun.
So tell me about it. We just did a video backstage.
Yes, we did.
I don't do enough Facebook videos because it's so simple to do. You just record and.
Yes.
So it looks like you're following or competing with YouTube, right? That has let you do that and I've done a bunch of videos myself. Look, the more stupid, the best, generally. But like it's new to Facebook still, right?
It's very new. We've seen amazing growth in the last few months. We're now at more than 1 billion views a day on average, and we've grown 15% between May and July. So it's been growing really fast. And so we're super pleased with the growth, and that has been driven a lot, obviously, by mobile and the fact that anyone can produce a video, and people consume it in very different situations as well on mobile.
So we don't see that many videos yet on the feed.
Well, it depends on people. So
I'm too old?
Didn't say that.
What's the age of people using mostly videos? Teenagers?
No, it's really across the board. So like now Facebook demographics is really across the board. So video is very much the same. But recently we actually made changes to our newsfeed algorithm that allows us to take into account the time that people spend watching videos to figure out if we should show them more of them or less of them. So
how do you decide that based on how they like it?
Based on your engagement with the video, but also based on the time you spend watching. That's a good signal to figure out if you're someone who likes seeing a lot of videos or someone we should show fewer videos to.
Can I tell you a secret?
Of course, please.
I never told that.
It's not as if there are many people who are going to hear it.
No, I never told that to anyone, but I think now it's kind of fine, and he doesn't care much. But I was literally 7 years ago launching a company called Sismic, which was all about video. And I went to Davos the only year that Mark came to Davos that I know, Zuckerberg.
Yep.
And I sat with him, which was, of course, very rare. He wasn't that so big at the time. And we sat for an hour. And he looked at the product, and he was in love with video. And at the end of the 1 hour meeting, he said, would you like to join us?
And
I was just launching. And you know what? Big mistake. Anyway, so I really like video. So tell me how you, so what are you doing the product with, which is special with Facebook?
Yeah, so what we built the product for was essentially for discovery. And we think that's really what our DNA is about, is putting content in front of people that they may not even think that they want to watch, and just letting them discover it. So when we thought about how to do that for video, we realized that when you have to click on a video to decide to play it without a lot of information about the video, it's actually a pretty big barrier to discover that content. And that's how we came up with the concept of autoplay, which is essentially an image that starts animating in your feed, and that's how you consume videos, and that allows you to really give a chance to the content and decide if you want to watch more.
Can I tag people in videos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
I could have tagged you from a backstage?
Yes.
And do you do face recognition videos?
No, I don't think we do that yet, no.
Because on a picture, it's so impressive. Yesterday, I took a picture.
Yes.
There was Cobble, Solis, Jeremiah, posted it, and like the second it goes online, it's already pre-tagged, right?
Yes,
Which is,
it's convenient.
So you're doing this for video too?
I think we're looking into it, but I don't think it's fully rolled out yet. I think we're testing still.
Okay, and so how do you? So is it more for professional? You're kind of in a fight to get all the best content with the competition. Are you trying to? There was some news like 2 days ago that YouTube is trying to really keep them on YouTube, right? Are you trying to steal them away from them?
So we work very closely with content creators, and the goal is to allow them to be successful on any platform, and obviously very much on Facebook. And so what we offer them is a lot of distribution, where you can upload your videos and get a lot of views thanks to the discovery that we enable.
You were giving me a crazy number about a band. Was it a band that got 100 million views?
It was Fast and Furious, the trailer
movie.
of Fast and Furious. It got 100 million views across all of Facebook, which is really fantastic, and it was all within 48 hours. So that proves the power of newsfeed in putting the right content in front of people.
So do you go contact them and how do you make it that a band will, that Lord will publish on Facebook?
Yeah, so we have a great partnership team which has relationship with a lot of these content creators, and what we try to do is really show them the value of that platform and work with them to figure out what is the content that's going to work best on Facebook. So, for example, we give them advice such as like being really authentic when it's celebrities, or for example, when it's more news content, adapting your content to mobile so that you can do a summary of the news in 1 minute. All of that are just best practices that we help share with content creators.
But would you like CNN and France Télévisions and those kind of TV channels to produce on Facebook?
Yeah, absolutely, and we're already seeing that happen, actually. So ABC News launched what they call the Quick Cast, which is a 1-minute summary of all the news every day, specifically for Facebook on mobile, which is fantastic. And we're also seeing France 24 in France, BBC News do all of this content on Facebook, which is really great.
So there is some criticism from the content producers, and I was praising your product, and this was not organized yet. No, I was, because I really like it. It uploads really fast. I'm impressed on how you did it. And I posted about Facebook video on Facebook video, which kind of gets meta. But Sarah Austin came and commented, it's great. The distribution is amazing, because I thought I was getting like thousands of views. But we don't make anything. And I don't care, but she cares. She makes a living. So if you're a content producer, can they make money out of Facebook?
So right now, the way in which we align business incentives is letting them build their brand on Facebook by developing an audience. And we've launched something called the call to action at the end of the video, which is a way to drive traffic back to their website where they can monetize.
So how is it, a link or?
Yeah, it's essentially
inside the video?
Inside the video.
Oh, can I do that too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone can do it?
Anyone can do it.
Producers or like
Any page can do it. So not individual users, but any page can do it.
Okay.
So while we don't share revenue directly, we definitely try to align business incentives with creators so that they find a lot of value out of posting on Facebook.
But no monetization.
No direct monetization. They can monetize on their website.
Are you going to put ads?
We are constantly talking with content creators to figure out what would work best, but right now it's still very early. We're really focused on building a great consumer experience, and we've invested in video actually fairly recently, and so we're continuing to really solidify the basics before doing other things.
Are they allowed to put ads? So if I produce a video and then I put an orange ad inside, do you mind?
Yes.
You mind?
Yes, we do mind. So yes, that's not allowed.
Oh, okay. Tell me about competition. So, and more like the market landscape, because I think video is absolutely fascinating. So you have obviously YouTube, but also the mobile-only players, such as the new players. So Vine on Twitter and all of us. So how do you see it? Can you explain me your vision of it?
Yes, all of these are really different use cases. We see YouTube as being very much a use case where you are going to go look for something specific and more like a library of content. Vine is going to be a very different format that is very specific to the 6-second loop. Whereas on Facebook, the use case that we're really building for is discovery of content, and that's really what we're focused on.
Is there a limit to the duration of videos?
Yes, right now you can go up to 20 minutes. That's something that we're looking to extend in the future, but most of the content that we see on the site is shorter than that. So,
how do you see the mix of content that you see for all those apps that create a mix of video and text and pictures? And do you see this converging somehow? Sometimes you don't really know if you're going to post a video or a picture. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's something we're thinking a lot about because a lot of what we do on Facebook is about storytelling, and video is a great way to tell a story, but multimedia, combining text, images, and video is also a great way to tell an even richer story. So that's something that we're thinking about for the future. And yes, I completely imagine these things converging.
How about disposable media? So there is Snapchat that you just post and it disappears, or I mean, you can see it once. And you guys have tried a few things there. Are you planning to do anything like this with video? How do you see it?
It's a very interesting use case, but it's really not the one we're building for right now. What we're really focused on is just discovery of content and you posting something that's actually here to last, your baby's first step and this kind of content.
Would you share with us how it is to work at Facebook? For you coming from set, and how is it? So how big is your team?
So now I have a team of 11 product managers, and the entire video team with engineers and designers is much bigger. And,
hundreds?
No, not quite. But it's a really fantastic company. It's a company that is really focused on innovation and really focused on learning fast about problems that we don't know about. So that's the thing I value most, is the fact that we tackle really hard problems. We recognize that we don't know everything, and we just go out there and try a lot of things, get feedback from consumers, from content creators, and just iterate a lot on the concepts that we have.
How often do you change the product?
Well, it's hard to answer this question because it's literally every day. We have thousands of tests running to figure out what is the best user experience, and so it depends on the product. For things that users are used to using, we don't want to disrupt that often, so we try to update them quite infrequently. But for things like the newsfeed algorithm, where it's more we want to always provide the best possible experience, we definitely have a lot of tests running in the background.
So how do you test? Tell me, can you educate me on how you test and understand how well is the new release doing and how you make the product evolve? Is it just feedback? Is what people are saying?
It's a variety of channels. So we do a lot of qualitative testing. So we have user research labs, and we bring people in and ask them a lot of questions to figure out how they interact with the product, what are the use cases. So for example, for video in newsfeed, when we brought them in, we realized that the way in which they were using video on their mobile device was very often in situations where it wasn't okay to have the sound on. They were telling us about the fact that they often watch videos in meetings under the table, and so having the sound on would have been a really bad idea. And that's how we came up with the notion that sound off by default was a better experience, for example. So that's one way. And then we have other ways which are more... are you recording that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm just testing your product here.
And then, yeah, we have other ways where we just take a pool of users and show them one experience and compare that with another set of users and see how they react.
Yeah, it's, how about search? So let's say I want all the videos coming from the web.
So you can now, we've announced very recently that you can search for any post that has been shared with you in your newsfeed. So you can just go to the search bar and type that. So that will show you a lot of...
I can tag them? I can tag a video too.
Yes, and so you can just go search for the hashtag LeWeb or just LeWeb and just see all of the posts that have been shared with you on that topic.
How, what's coming?
So we're going to be constantly focused on improving the consumer experience. And when I talked about discovery, it's not just discovery of one video in your newsfeed. It's also having the ability to see more videos after you've watched one that you're interested in to discover more depth. So that's like recommendations, for example. So that's something that we're really excited about. And
recommendations?
Recommendations of videos after you've watched one, seeing more content that's related to the one that you've just seen. And then working with content creators to sort of understand the new use cases and building for these use cases. An example that I love is Time Magazine. They do these wonderful animated covers where it's in your newsfeed, it looks like just the cover of Time Magazine, and then it starts animating as an autoplay video. And this is a use of the product that we really didn't expect. So we're really keeping an eye on that to figure out how we can constantly evolve the product to support these use cases and support creators.
And so how startups here can work with you? Can we work with you at all?
Absolutely. Like the reason I came here this week was in big part to actually meet with a lot of the ecosystem, and I love seeing that the European ecosystem at large is really dynamic. So we're definitely a partnership company. We want to work really closely with startups. So we have a bunch of programs, in particular in France, to do that. So you can just contact me, and I'll be happy to help.
We just find you on Facebook?
Yes, of course.
And I hear you had an interesting flight here, right? Fidji randomly got seated next to Scoble.
Yes.
Robert Scoble, the only Robert Scoble. And Fidji got an 11-hour interview.
Yeah, I was supposed to prep for all of my press briefings this week, and that was the best prep ever. So that was pretty good.
Because you got all the
hard questions.
All the hard
and
questions.
A lot of really good user feedback in the process.
Is there anything that I have not covered on like how you, like who are the most popular, like what is the most popular content, for example, right now on YouTube, on the Facebook video? Sorry.
So I think, yeah, I think we've touched on it. Movie trailers has been really popular. We're seeing news content being also really popular because it's really this just snacking type of content where you get all of the news in 1 minute. And we're also seeing a lot of artists having a lot of success on Facebook. Kev Adams is one of them. We're seeing also Wayne Rooney from Manchester United share behind-the-scenes video of their training with their fans, which is obviously something that's very popular for the fans. So anything that's really authentic, that's really adapted for mobile and grabs the attention in the first few frames is something that works really well.
How do you see it evolving over the years? Do you think it's going to be more and more important?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the evolution of newsfeed, we went from a newsfeed that was mostly text to a newsfeed that's now mostly photos. We wouldn't imagine newsfeed without photos now. And if you think about video as just a photo that moves and a richer experience, I can totally imagine that being the future, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, Fidji, thank you so much for getting an 11-hour interview with Scobble on stage. And I'm delighted that you get worldwide product and roles such as video. It's very, very impressive. Do you work with Zuck a lot? You see him?
Yes, we have weekly meetings with him where we show him the experience. We get a lot of his feedback, which is always dead on. And yes, we work with him a lot.
How is it to work with him?
He's fantastic. It's always phenomenal to see that he can look at so many different products that the company is working on and always have the best possible feedback on the one thing you're working on. So it's been phenomenal. And his vision is something that inspires the entire company. So it's been great.
So you're going to stay there? No startup for you?
I don't think in the near future. No, I love Facebook.
Looks like you have your hands full. So Fidji. So if you guys want to partner with Facebook and video, you just message Fidji. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll see you around. Thank you, Fidji.
Great.